Now, I'm seeing this from a perspective of 4th of July celebration was done digitally. You call it the 4th, I call it Independence Day. Either way, tomato, tomato. Um, Furthermore, I gave millions and millions of humans healthcare, and you're harassing me about it. Good luck with that, man. What else? Now, money is being distributed amongst the people in control. Uh, those that's going with it seem to think that that's the outcome, but inevitably, you make the money, and someone takes the money. And furthermore, until we can get to a legislationable addressing that subject, all the other subjects are pretty much irrelevant, man. As far as I see you throwing these gatherings and those vaccinated and type situations, it should be for all. But, like I said, you have a history of discriminative activity. Yeah, discriminative activity. The same thing. And that's what's taking place right now, which is the simple fact that, like I said, those in charge feel as though they have enough to sustain the situation, but those at the bottom don't actually know too much of anything as far as it's concerned. So continue on your onslaught of discriminative activity. Discriminative activity. And we'll see where that's getting us because, like I said, I'd rather wait to see if you're going to do the right thing or not. And to say that the filibuster is compared to the Jim Crow era is totally irrelevant, Biden. It's totally irrelevant. And like I said, you got to have it of bringing up old but not doing anything about it. So, seeing as though you're in there now, let's see what you can do about what happened to a previous generation of individuals from, I guess, America's discriminative activities. And I know you like to avoid that because Senate seats are up for grabs. It's a whole bunch of combustion in between that, and you would like to get back to normal, which is Republicans and Democrats shaking hands again. Good luck with that, because even then, you'll be in the same systematic approach, which is someone's making the money and someone's taking it. So until you can get a policy equally grandiose for everyone, get prepared. A fourth of the best turmeric supplements. I mean, if you want to use whatever you want to use, because like I said, you're saying in healthcare, but you're not creating, you're not examining what you're putting out and what's working and what's not. Mark Levin, the Fox News host, who won't stop criticizing other Fox News. Like I said, man, I'm seeing this from a perspective that news media, actors, a whole bunch of other things tied into one to create something that's not beneficiary to the public civilization at this point. But, like I said, I've tried to create that, and sliding is undermining all of that. Trump tried it, but like I said, he ended up bowing out gracefully. Oh, when they say that Russia didn't hack Biden, but then you call Russia a killer, I don't know exactly what dilemma you want to go about this, but it's confusing, man. Not only to the humans, but I'm starting to think it's maybe confusing to you because you made obligations beforehand to get you in office. Me, I declared to be the president before you took account of whatever votes you counted. 2021 NFL #1 pick Trevor Lawrence signs rookie deal with Jaguars, Florida. And that's another thing too. Florida governor is looking up that political ladder, and he's actually friends with more than Biden than he is with Trump because Biden promises him an election 2024. Like I said, man, you got to look into what's going on, but people are so confounded to think that you put in the work, reap the benefits of it. But in all reality, I'm looking at this from a perspective of you increased the amount that it would take for specific individuals that want to be in a rush because you have to speed it up from the loss that's taken. And like I said, you only embolden and printing that loss because you're throwing events for individuals that want to gather around, and it costs extremely. Like I said, you want to put pressure on something, and I'm looking at it like from a perspective of you may be putting too much pressure on yourself. I mean, especially with the decisions that you're making, because I'm thinking to myself, and I said to myself, it just didn't work the way you planned it to work. So, Giants gets great Buster Posey injuries. News after beating D-backs. Like I said before, you're going to throw sports, advertisements, whatever you can. It's kind of old. So with this new Moon Network, you're trying to combat all of that. I get that. But like I said, I wasn't in a competitive form when I started this thing. But I realized that this is the dilemma that you're under. By studying. Mets. Morning, yeah, more sports. Get to the news of this COVID variant that's slowly taking over the 50-something states. And the fact that your expectations for the end of the pandemic didn't go the way you planned again. Because like I said, we didn't ask for the pandemic. You said it came from this and that. Nothing has been done about it. I mean, as far as the address what really happened. So until we find out, this thing may continue. Just like I said, a celebration of the 4th of July, a little music mix, got you under your skin. You want to throw this annual parades, annual get-togethers. Oh, that's another thing too, the movies and all of this. Nah, man. Nah. Because you want someone to spend on what you spent to create. And reap the benefits from it. You should just do it kind of the way I did it. If you have something better. Because remember, it's all about proving what's better and what's not. And from the looks of things, my advertisements are free. My interlude into an autobiography is free. I decided I wanted to take a break, but then I said to myself, I'm going to take a break for as long as it may take. And within that break, I want you to think that somehow, in some way, form, or fashion, that I'm running and hiding. I'm not. Just know what's right now and what's wrong right now. And what's wrong right now is the fact that those that already had been suffering have suffered even more during the pandemic. And so they had to get prepared for all of that. And those that didn't have to suffer before the pandemic suffered a smidget, but they're also frustrated with the rules and regulations. I don't know if they weigh up equally. Rules and regulations and getting angry about that versus impoverished individuals who already had to deal with something. Have to now deal with something called the pandemic COVID-19 and the variants. But America is not really going into that because America will either feed you sports, feed you entertainment. I'd rather feed you as nigga credit president sustainability, because I'm looking at this in the near future. I'm going to need you because of the influx of other countries creating armies. Now, if you lose the majority of your population, those armies can't enforce their way on you. Miami condo victims, wait for news. Like I said, I don't want to have you waiting. I just know that right now, things are under extreme, strenuous pandemos. Because one, Joe says he wants normal. The pandemic is not normal, man. It is leaving people in frustration because here it is, they had on a mask for over a year and some change. People were still dying around them. They're cautious as to getting together in gatherings. I mean, as far as those that actually don't believe most people. Man, like I said, they want talent, they want talent, they want talent. Well, you have to prove your talent and exfoliate whatever it is new, because it has to be a new talent. It's old stuff. I mean, I take nothing away from it. It's just what it is. It's old. To come up with a new format, a new way. Now, I could do that. And pretty much yesterday if I wanted, but that's besides the fact. Let's get down to what are you gonna do, because you'd rather hide and create this spectacle around everything is normal, other than telling the truth. I could do that, but I don't want to go down this back and forth as to what you deem the truth and what is the truth, because you have freedom of speech. I keep emphasizing that and emphasizing it more because the more your rules and your regulations come out, they don't seem to have actual facts behind them. Now, it seems as if the masks are keeping people safe though. The vaccines are keeping them sustainably alive. Now, what comes with that? I guess they said inflammation, heart teetering, aches, but you're still alive. It could have been No vaccine, no nothing. No mask, no nothing. People been dropping like flies. So, like I said, I'm looking at the good and the bad. The good outweighs the bad in this situation because you lost 5 million people in a year. I don't blame anyone yet, but from the research and the things that's coming out from world leadership, who do they blame? Don't look the niggocratic way. Because like I said, I came up with hopefully a solution for everyone, which is, like I said, you could have individuals that's saying that it's leadership fault. Or you could have individuals saying it's citizens' fault. Either way, we're all in this together. And with that being said, I'd advise you as niggocratic president to be aware of what it is that you want, not only for yourself, but for others also. With that being said, peace. I gotta go.